your videos are insanely impressive with the scripting and how
We
you
love 'em.
fit it with, I think,
This is luck that I have by no design of my own. I write in roughly the same way I talk.
Okay.
I can write in my own voice. So
that's a skill.
what I'm doing
odd.
is just researching. Like I will have 50 tabs open, long documents open, skim, notes, and then I just start writing. I put paragraphs together and move things around, and I've got a script. I hate to say that's all there is to it. That's the one skill I've got. The one actual skill is taking 1,000 pages of content and turning them into 4 paragraphs that tell a story, or occasionally like half an hour that tells a story. That's the one thing I can do. And then over on the Plus channel, which increasingly that sounds like it's a second channel and it's becoming the main one. But in that case, that is unscripted to the extent that sometimes I don't really know what I'm going into. I know what the top line is. I know I'm going to a farm and it's going to be something about herding sheep. And literally that's all I knew going into that video. And then I spend a morning learning sheep herding and learning with someone who is really good at it and who can show off their skill. And I can show off someone else's talent or learn a thing that's really been quite a different experience for me and a really rewarding experience for me. But I'm aware that the only reason that exists, the only reason that basically I have become, and this reference will not land for anyone in this room, the only reason I've basically become a Blue Peter presenter is that I have the old channel, which means that people are following me as a person, which is something I'm generally uncomfortable with. And it's the reason that the channel is about working with others and learning from others, generally, as opposed to it being about me. Yeah. You'll notice that I have evaded almost all the questions about history and workflow by changing it to being about you or about something else, which is what I always do.
I think I tend to divide YouTubers into like type A, type B in so many different ways. And I think we were just touching on one, which is like scripted or unscripted. And in tech, most of us are very scripted. And I think most of us want to try to also do unscripted stuff. So we'll do like unboxing stuff, or conversations, podcasts about
such
tech.
a different skill.
And it's fun. Yeah, it's a different skill, and it's kind of fun to like break out of that.
I know from university radio many, many years ago that I am bad at solo unscripted. I'm bad at it. Fine if I've got some people to bounce off. Right. But solo unscripted is not a thing I can do. Could I spend years building that skill up as well? Yeah, I could, but anything I do is now very public, and you can't launch a thing.
You can't learn in public.
Right. I mean, you can as long as no one's really watching.
Right. Here's another type A, type B. Uses a teleprompter, doesn't use a teleprompter.
You're 100% prompter.
You do?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
Really?
Like, you're good at reading from a teleprompter.
I think some of the situations you're in make it very, like, when you're walking around, I think the last video you did was on a mechanical elephant.
Let's say it's 100% scripted.
Okay.
That's a better way of putting it, but I don't enjoy learning lines.
Like, you've written it all, so you know it very well.
Yeah.
But then as far as, like, actually reading from, let's say, a teleprompter on the lens, you can sort of look away and make it feel natural because you know.
Because I write like I speak.
Right.
So a lot of times that's not acting as a prompter; it's acting as
a guide.
A guide.
It's an aid
memoir. I can move a few words around and know it'll still work.
Yep.
I can recover occasionally from going off on a tangent, coming back, speeding up my voice a little bit so I can get in and I'm back with the words now.
Yeah.
But the reason that I have to do that is if I get a fact wrong, everyone will call me on it. And there will be another note on my corrections page. I was filming many years ago at the top of a wind turbine, and I accidentally said thousands instead of hundreds or something like that the other way around. It's an obvious error. There's nothing I can do about it. Nowadays, I could probably have an AI clone of my voice or cut away and dub over. I've had to do that before. I forget what the line was. I just said it completely wrong on location. I just indefensible blunder, just got the words completely wrong. But I was just kind of standing on a road somewhere. So I went out to a similar road with a similar thing, put the microphone in the same position, had an earpiece just repeating the line over to me.
To match it.
Dubbed the words in, and it sounded close enough.
Yeah.
there is a video, and I won't say which one it is because I don't want people to go looking for it. There is a video where I consistently mispronounced a word like 4 or 5 times.
Oh, no.
I just got 2 of the syllables the wrong way round. No one called me on it at the time. I don't think anyone noticed at the time. It's a fairly obscure word. What we did, and the audio editor, I have so much respect for them, because what we did is I went to a room about the same size. I played the line back. I ADR'd it. I just said the line repeatedly correctly, and he just cross-faded between the two at the right moments, and you cannot tell. The lip movements don't actually quite match if you know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
But no one's going to spot that.
Nobody's looking for that.
You can get away with a lot by just quietly cutting away.
Yeah. I think that's something...
sorry, Karen.
Well, I was going to say, we have that in common where, like, we're talking about things, and if you get a fact wrong, everyone likes to point out that the fact about the thing was wrong. Like, it's with tech, that's like notorious. Like, if you get a fact wrong in tech. So I do write 95% of what I'm saying. And so what I'll do, I've said this before, I have all of my bullets and my paragraphs on my phone, and my phone is like in my lap or something on a table next to me. And so I'll pick it up, get the facts that I need to get right, put it down, and deliver it. So I can kind of veer off and do a tangent and whatever, and hopefully none of those facts are wrong. But as long as I hit those things, I'm still fine. But I've never been good at like actually like reading and then talking and then seeing the lines moving. I'm just terrible at that. I look like I'm staring into a camera, which is not good. So shout out to you for doing that super well. Yeah. I think only the people who are making the things really realize how edited these things we're watching are. I feel like every time I watch something, I am watching it in one half of my brain for the entertainment value, and in the other half of my brain for how I think they made it.
There's a cut.
Yeah.
That was filmed at a completely different time. What was on the plane? I watched Hobbs and Shaw, the Fast and Furious spin-off, because I would like to turn my brain off for 2 hours of this plane journey.
Why not?
There is a scene at the power plant, which is like which I thought was the ending of the movie, and then it just keeps going. Like it's just a set piece in the middle. And there's one point where they cut to the characters. And they've got bright sunlight on them and shadows, which are present in none of the other scenes. Not even close. It's a cloudy day for everything apart from 3 cuts. Like, why? What happened there?
Yeah.
That is a, 7, 8, 9-figure movie budget. You couldn't have reshot that. I don't know.
Somewhere.
It's a curse of being a video creator. It's like I went to film school too, and just like watching movies that those little continuity mistakes here and there are just like, wait a minute. And my wife hates when I scroll back. I was like, that was wrong.
Did you catch that?
See that?
You see that? Sure.
You cut away from that character and then cut back just as they finished that line. So that was done afterwards because some exec went, I don't understand what's going on here. Yeah.
Hey, thanks for watching this clip. It was part of a really fun episode. Luckily, Marquez was able to deepfake himself and leave me to do the outro for the Clips podcast to allow you to like the video. So that's what I'm here to do. Marquez is actually super busy playing Frisbee at this very moment, but he sent me to ask you to like the clip. So please like the...
Well, I'm freaking out here. You better like this clip.
Like the...
I think we have to restart him.
Like the...